Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense here. As you all know, this is the last day or last night of 2018. Really? Alright, so this is my last fragrance review of 2018. You already know who this is. It's your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense. Hopefully, you guys aren't making New Year's resolutions that you're going to be breaking, because me personally, I care nothing about New Year's resolutions. Um, I'm not going to make myself or anyone else any promises that I cannot keep. Um, that's just me. How somebody else feels, that's their opinion, that's their prerogative. So it is what it is. Anyway, the fragrance I have on today is a very, very, very cheapy, a very, very cheap fragrance. This one actually, I did not know that Bells actually sells these, and now I've seen them popping up in Ross and places also like City Trends. This one in particular, I just grabbed because I have one, two, three, four, one, two, three. I have four fragrances from this house, and I smelled them all before I purchased them because they weren't wrapped in plastic. They were just in the box. And I've had one of these fragrances years ago. I purchased from Kmart, and it was an okay fragrance. I didn't really like it too much. But nonetheless, these flankers are pretty nice. The one I had on today gave me a few compliments. I got one compliment, well, actually two. One was from a paramedic uh, when I was at the senior care center. She walked past me and she said that I had the whole hallway smelling good from my cologne. Another young lady works in the kitchen over there. She said I smelled nice. I think I got like one or two other compliments throughout the day in the emergency department. I like it nonetheless, even if I didn't get any compliments. And the fragrance house that I am talking about is from the house of Playboy, and this is Playboy London. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard of Playboy, and I'm not talking about the Playboy magazine from back in the day that I used to look at, or anyone else who knows about the magazines from back in the day. Back then, we didn't have access to the internet. We didn't have access to computers like that. So we had magazines, and Playboy was one of them. So this fragrance is the 50 ml bottle, and I believe the others I have are 100 ml. Actually, the initial I was looking for, I think I do have over there on the shelf. But I'm glad I found these in Bells because they were a lot cheaper. Between $6 and $7 for the 100 ml. This 50 ml was, I think, like $4.99 or $5, something like that. Um, well, this is the box presentation, and the box presentation may vary on these fragrances because I just looked them up online, and on Fragrance X for a 100 ml bottle, they go for 8, 9, or $10, which still isn't bad. But this is the box presentation. It'll look something similar to this. I've seen another box, Playboy London, but it was the same bunny. It was just a different color and box design. On the back, it has a lot of information on the back, like ingredients, so on and so forth. This is made by Coty, and I believe Coty also makes Aspen. If you are familiar with Aspen, I've had Aspen, and it's supposed to be something similar to Green Irish Tweed. I remember Aspen being like piney and strong back in the day, And I just smelled it again in the mall the other day just to get a refresher, and it didn't smell anything like that. It actually smelled like something else I have, which is it's close to Cool Water, which is also um, in the same uh, category as Green Irish Tweed, um, along with one from Armagh called Tres Nuit, and they all smell pretty similar to me. But this one, nothing on the sides really, nothing on the top. You have your batch code and UPC on the bottom. Just a plain basic box. All the bottles look pretty much the same except for the wrapping around it. This has the London, I guess, bridge. Yes, it is fire. And like I said, I got a lot of compliments off of this today. This one has like the London buildings, the London Bridge on it on one side, and then the other side it just has the Playboy bunny with the London, the England colors, flag. Has a little information on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, but it's on there. Um, Pretty cheap plastic top, nothing special. Um, Atomizers on these things are pretty good. Um, let's get into this. Was made in 2011, and this is, they have it listed as for evening wear, but it's delicate enough for everyday wear. And I had it on today, and I didn't get any problems out of it. The longevity on it is not that great, not on my skin. I did get maybe 2.5 hours of good projection, maybe a little less, but longevity probably like 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours. I did reapply through that time. So I mean, I always take my fragrances to work with me anyway, so it really doesn't matter whether it lasts long or not. And for the price of about $4 or $5 for this little bugger, you can't beat it. It's pocket size. I can stick it in my pocket and take it with me. The top notes, you get mandarin, galbanum, and pink grapefruit. Your mid notes, you get rose, cinnamon, Toscanol, molecule, and your base notes, you get cedar, tonka, and pisco brandy. This thing, like my guy just said, is fire. I never knew, and this is another sleeper to me, I never knew that Playboy had these type fragrances in their house. Like I said, the one I had back in the day, I can't remember exactly the one I had, but it was the one that had the gold wrap around it. Damn, I can't remember the name of it. I just saw it earlier. Anyway, it wasn't sweet at all. It was just a regular scent. I really didn't care too much for it. I just bought it just because it had the Playboy symbol on it, and I wanted to know what it smelled like. But I'm glad that I found out that Playboy has fragrances like this, because I have 3 others that I'm possibly going to wear the rest of this week. I may have to improvise on Friday, but I have enough to go Tuesday through Thursday. It is what it is. So if you run across these fragrances, and like I said, Bell's is closest to me that I can find these. You also may be able to find these in City Trend. I have seen 1 or 2 of these pop up in Ross lately. Nothing in TJ Maxx. I haven't even seen them in Marshalls or Burlington for that matter. You can find them online. As I said in the beginning, I went to Fragrance X and looked up the notes, and they do sell these. They have way more brands than way more flankers than just the 4 that I have. They have quite a few. I'm interested to try some of the other ones if they're sweet like this one. It almost gives off a, what do they call it? Iris type note, which gives it like a lipstick kind of vibe. I don't know what it is. Iris is not listed in this, but to me it kind of gives off like a lipstick or a makeup type vibe, which isn't bad. I like it because Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme has that same lipstick kind of vibe. So does some of Dior fragrances also. So I like this. It's pretty good. I apologize for not having anything better to talk about as far as fragrances for my last video, but I'm pretty sure that my the few followers I do have appreciate what I do put out, the content. I mean, I try to do what I can for you guys. I'm pretty sure some of you guys already have some of the stuff that I've already talked about. A lot of things are not new. A lot of this stuff is old. It's new to me because I'm, just getting into the fragrance game good. Like I said in the last video, I have like 150, 60, possibly 170 fragrances. So it is what it is. And like I was saying, some of this stuff may be new to me, but it could be old to you guys. So if you have any other suggestions, if you want to throw some comments out there at me, or if you want to tell me something I don't know about the fragrance that I just did a review on, or you just want to say something good or bad about it, feel free to leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you ring the bell for notifications. Tell your friends about me. It won't hurt. Like I said, I'm not getting paid to do this. I take time out of my day. I spend my hard-earned money to pay for these fragrances. Nobody sends me any freebies. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I do this out of my own free will because I love fragrances. And whether you call me a hoarder or a fragrance fanatic or whatever you want to call me, it is what it is. I just love doing what I do. No, I'm not like those guys like Jeremy Fragrance or Big Beard Business or any of those other guys that are out there that have prominent channels that do big things. I'm not that guy. I'm just a small time guy. I work off my cell phone. I got my Bluetooth speaker hooked up, and I do what I do. So there it is. Alright guys, anyway, I hope your new year comes in with a bang, and I don't mean a bang like a bullet or a gun. I mean, I hope everything goes well. I hope 2019 is more prominent and prosperous for you as it was for me. I did struggle a little bit, but who doesn't? On to bigger and better things. I salute you guys. Peace.